Hi guys, it's Sherry. Today we are going to be making a pair of wood earrings. I already did one. It's drying right now, but I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. What I ended up doing first was I painted one side of the earring. And I used this hippie crafter paint, and I'll be honest with you 100%, it is the nicest paint that I used on wood earrings. One coat and that's it. And a matter of fact, I'm going to get an earring just to show you how nice this stuff actually works. All right, so I have my wood blank here. I didn't want to do this on camera initially just because it takes a while for stuff to dry, but I want to show you how nice this goes on. And honestly, one coat, that is all I did, and it covered it so beautifully. I couldn't believe it. So this paint, I really would highly recommend if you don't want to do multiple coats, because on my other wood earrings, you'll see I paint things 2, sometimes 3 times, and I could not believe that I only had to do it one time. Do you see how beautiful that came out? And that's all I will have to do. So absolutely wonderful. I love this paint. I think it's great. So I'll put a link in the description area for you guys, because you could get this right on Amazon and it's fabulous. So that is going to be put off to the side because we will not be using that today. But I have this particular blank. I only painted one side like I said before. And next we're going to put our holes in it. This one does not have holes in it. Most of mine do, but some come without it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my little white Sharpie here, and I'm going to put marks where I want my holes. So I actually want holes down here as well. And let me just make sure. No, I went down. Okay, sorry. I'm going to have to paint over that because I went down a little bit further. I'm trying to see on my other pair of earrings where exactly I did these. So you'll see the paint in action now. So let me drill my holes and then I will clean up my my pieces here. So I mark them first. This way I know exactly where I want to drill everything. And now I'm going to go straight across. These little hand drills are great too for things like this. And then what I do is I just take my little nail file and I'm just going to file that area, because sometimes the wood will kind of fray a bit or splinter. So you want a nice smooth surface. So just go over it. And now I'll just clean up my little areas that I put that white on. And because I'm putting very little on, it'll dry fairly quick. And there, that's it. All right, next what I'm gonna do is I have, this is just like cardstock for, not cardstock, but like scrapbook paper. That's what it is. It's scrapbook paper. And it's very, very simple. You could get it just about anywhere. And I just want to go with something with flowers because somebody asked me to particularly make something with flowers. So that's why I'm making this one. So I will cut it, trim it up. And then on the other side, I'm going to get my Mod Podge. And it doesn't matter if you go with the matte or the glossy. I just grabbed any one today. This is the glossy, but you can really use any one. It really doesn't matter. And remember, you guys can use any scrapbook paper for this. That's the great thing about these particular projects is you don't have to have one design. You could do this with multiple designs. And then I just put Mod Podge right on top, and this will get my paper a little bit stiff, so when I go to trim it, it'll have a nice stiff edge and hopefully will not pop up on me. But if it does, I will show you how to fix that as well. So now I'm going to let this dry. Probably take about maybe 5-10 minutes. All right, so my piece is dry. Now I'm going to flip it over and I am going to trim it up. So I want to get as close to the edge as possible. This way I have no paper hanging over. I love making double-sided earrings, and when I was asked to make these particular pair, I thought they were a lot of fun on coming up with the idea. Alright, so next I'm going to take my little poker tool and I'm going to find my holes and just push right through. Now, if your paper pops up, don't worry about it. We can put more Mod Podge on. Don't stress about it. There's better things in life to be stressed over than, you know, your paper lifting up on you. And okay. So I am going to actually put another coat of Mod Podge on this just because it did kind of move a little bit, which tells me that it's not 100% sealed down. And I am a stickler to make sure that my stuff stays down. So I'll go on my sides now and just kind of seal those edges. And I'm just going to re-poke these little holes, get the glue out of those. There we go. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on this side, but I'm going to hold it so that way this part can dry. And then I'll hang it to completely dry. So I'm going to pull out some of these little flowers that I have. And what I'm going to do is like kind of spread these all over. So I'm going to take my piece and I'm just going to put some Mod Podge on. Don't worry about it if you get glue in there again. All of that can be pushed right out. So not a big deal. And then I'm just going to take my little wax tip and start setting my little pieces down on here. Sometimes you have to use your finger to get it to stick all the way. There we go. And I like to use different white ones as well. And let's get a tiny one right there. All right, so now I'm going to take my Mod Podge once more and just go right over those pieces. And this will completely seal your stuff down and make sure that it goes nowhere. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little poker tool again. I'm going to stick this right in the hole and I'm going to hang it up just like that. All right. All right. So this is dry. I have a couple little wet spots inside, but I'll poke those out. But look how pretty that looks so far. Now, the next thing we want to do is get our chrome marker, and I'm going with gold. And then I am going to edge off all my sides. I love to edge my sides off. I just think it gives it a nice clean look. If you end up having like paper poking over, just take your file and file the paper down. Okay. And one of the things I like to do is edge the very top, and that'll give me like a little edge that looks like it's kind of encased in a gold layer or a metal layer. I'm just gonna get some of my paint to come out. This is a brand new one, so it's not completely filled yet. Can you see how I'm doing that edge? So it's not very thick, but it just looks like the edge has like a little gold metal piece around it. And I will do that on both sides. So my jump rings are next, and I'm going to use oval jump rings. And for these are just little beads that I had, and then I took those little eye pins that have like the circle at the bottom. I don't remember the exact name for it. And then I just put them on and looped it. So very, very simple. And like here are the beads. So they're just little beads. So you could just add them right to an eye pin or something along those lines. And then you have little beads that you can connect onto your wood pieces. So each one on the bottom is going to have 2 beads on it, while the one on the top will have 1 bead. It really is amazing to me, all the things you could do with like scrap paper and things like that, because the possibilities are really endless when it comes to making jewelry with it. There's so many ideas. And if you're into clay, you could do very similar stuff with the clay, but instead of using the paper, you could use silk screens. So, I mean, just really, really a lot of fun, easy things you could do. So right there, now we have our little pieces dangling down, and then I'll add one more. And I decided I was going to actually use one of these little balls. So to make sure that this lays properly, what you're going to do is you want to make sure that this loop is facing the opposite side as this loop. And the reason being is you want this ball to be connected the proper way. So what I like to do is I will hold it up, and I'm going to take this, and now I'm just going to spin this part right around. All right. And I'm going to make sure that I have that connection facing the opposite direction. And then I can easily open it up and then put my little ball on and then reclose it. And now my earring will hang properly. All right. Now the last thing I want to do is I have puffy paint. And I am just going to take a little bit of my puffy paint and put little dots all over it. And then I'll take my little ball tool and I'll dip it right into these little pieces, and I will do smaller little dots all around. So it kind of like pushes that little puffy paint down, and then you have the paint on your ball tool that you can spread it where you want it. All right. And then once that dries, your piece will look like this. So fun and beautiful. I love that we're able to do the back, very plain yet stylish. And then the front is just a really, really fun piece. So if you wanted to, you could do double sides. You could swap this around and wear it just like that. Or you could wear it like this. So a lot of fun with these double-sided earrings. I hope that you were able to learn something new, had some fun creating with me, and I will see you all next time. Bye.